Ladies and gentlemen, I think the Colts has finally figured it out. This was a game the Colts needed to win, and we've been wanting this because, to be honest, going into this game, I didn't expect us to win this game. I really didn't. But the fact that they pulled it off just made everything so much better. Colts get their first win of the season. Now we're tied for second in the division of the AFC South, being as though the Titans lost. But we still got a long ways to go as a Colts team to, become a contender and make the playoffs. But the fact that we won last week just makes us more comfortable and give us a more safer perspective for what the Colts can give us in the future. When you look at this team, of course, you look at the Dolphins and you say, oh, they're banged up. The offensive line stinks for the Dolphins. But we're not going to take away from that Dolphins defense is probably the best thing that's on that team. And the fact that Carson Wentz went out there and had a pretty good performance, was pretty much 70% for the game. Could have been better if some of the throws that he miscued with the receivers, and then the receivers, if they would have caught some of those passes he threw to him. I mean, it's a flip-flop situation between both the receiver and the quarterback. But if they both would have played better on certain plays, he would have had a way better game. I think he would have been 80%, or maybe even higher. But the fact that he went out there with two bad ankles, I mean, the ankles is getting better week by week. He had a better situation this week against the Dolphins than he did the week before. He played better. Like I said, he was the greatest quarterback, but he could have been even better than what he did if he was healthier and if the offensive line was healthier. But I think the Colts has finally figured out. We've seen a lot of big runs from Jonathan Taylor that game. That's another thing that I think the Colts figured out. When you're running the football with Jonathan Taylor, I think the best plays, because we are a run blocking offensive line, pass blocking isn't all the way there. Especially when you're missing Big Q, it's a bigger gap. But I love Chris Reed. His production coming off the bench, subbing in for Big Q is a great addition. The fact that they benched Davenport, even though he came in after a while when he got benched. But, Matt Pryor being out there, I didn't think he was that bad. But, Eric Fisher still has a long way to go. We still got Mark. Ryan Kelly's injury, they said his shoe tore. It wasn't a real injury. That's why he was limping. But thank God it's not what we really think it is. But hopefully it's not a real injury. But the offensive line played a little bit better. It can be better than what it was. Carson Wentz was still getting sacked and forced pressure. He still holds on for the football. But it's not really on. I mean, Carson Wentz still had a good game. Like I said, our offensive line is better at run blocking. But for Jonathan Taylor's perspective, him getting over 100 yards, the better runs for Jonathan Taylor or for any running back in general for our offense is not running straight up the middle. We know a lot of teams know that we're going to run the football, so they crash the middle. Most of those runs or his success are coming from outside handoffs or counter plays. And that's pretty much what we're sold on doing and being successful with. Back in the day when we had Marlon Mack as our number one running back, we know his misdirection runs, those counter plays and those tosses are his go-to. Any running back with our offensive line, with those pull blockers that we have, are good on freaking draw plays, maybe counters or tosses. Simple as that. Running up the middle will not get you anywhere because even when Taylor was in there, when he was trying to run the middle, he got stuffed every time. Every time. Outside handoffs and counter plays are our success on runs. I feel like we have a way better chance of being successful on those type of plays. Though the passing game for us to be successful when the run isn't working are play action plays. The play that Pascal caught from Carson Wentz, 40 yards on the play action, literally shows you what we can do to move the chains. Play action plays. It's not that hard. We figured that out in the second half. I said on other channels, our second half offense should be our first half offense. That's how we should go into the game, with the same mindset. We shouldn't have to pick up momentum in the second half to try to have a lead or to try to win a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, the second half was impressive. I enjoyed every second of it for the offense. But we should have that mentality in the first half. We should have that mentality in the first half. But like I said, I enjoyed the Colts with how they fought. And, they didn't give up life because it looked like the Colts was trying to sell that game. It looked like they tried to sell it. Xavier Rhodes was food. He was cooked food with Devontae Parker. And God bless Jacoby Brissett because he knew it. He knew the identity. He knew what the mismatch was. And he found out too late that Devontae Parker was going to pretty much catch everything in crucial moments in the fourth quarter. He caught every football thrown to him in the fourth. Even the play in the back of the end zone, where some people said that he was out of bounds, I said give him the points. I said give him the points. The way that they was moving the chains down the field, they deserved the 7. They deserved it. They deserved it, man. Xavier Rhodes has not had a good season so far. He has not. He's been cooked food. I'm sorry to say it, but he's been cooked food. Veteran. Got to get better. This is some stuff we will see from Rock Ya-Sin. But Rock Ya-Sin has had a better year than him. Nobody expected that. He's had a better year than Xavier Rhodes, which is shocking. But you know me, you can look at my videos. I still, on every video that we slander Rock Ya-Sin, I said, I believe he can get better. And he's been disciplined. He's probably been the best corner out of all of them. We asked for Isaiah Rodgers at corner. We throw him out there. He's getting torched. He really hasn't been on the field like that. So it doesn't really take away from him probably having a good shot. But the corners are still having mishaps. You know, we could have had 4 interceptions last game against the Dolphins, but nobody can catch the football on defense. Shout out to Grover Stewart for forcing that fumble and Leonard picking it up. But, you know, we had a few good plays. Tyquan Lewis was jumping off the screen against the Dolphins. It's like we figured out how we need to adjust in certain moments to get a stop or to move the chains on offense. We just executed this week. And that was what we didn't do last week. We didn't execute. The plays, most people, Colts fans, were talking about Coach Frank Reich and his game plan, but it's not on him to go out there and catch the football. We got to go out there and execute. The game play drawn up is not that bad of a drawn up play. I'm not going to lie. The plays that he drawn up were perfect, but we just couldn't complete it. On Eberflus' defense, the plays that he drawn up, yeah, he might ask a linebacker to cover a lot of field. Maybe he might do that. Maybe he might ask the corner to play a certain play and wait for the safety to help you over the top. But, I mean, the players have to go out there and execute. It's just as simple as that. And the fact that we went out there and did that this week just shows you that the players just got to lock in. They just got to lock in. It's as simple as that. So we get to take a break. We won this week. We don't have to worry about trying to go fire anybody or anybody like that because we won. So Colts fans, just relax. Just relax. Take a week off. I know it's going to be crucial next. It's going to be intense next week, but just take this week off and relax, man. Just take this week off and relax. Like I said, everybody on the offense and defense is looking better. Special teams is still there, a little iffy, but the special teams is probably a good part too. The kicker is solid, but everything is moving in the right direction for the Colts. And it's moving at the right time. After Baltimore, if we lose, it's okay because, you know, Baltimore's a good team and they're playing on their type of time, which is Monday night, prime time. Nobody else is playing but us. But like I said, we'll worry about that later. But right now, as a Colts fan, just sit back and relax, enjoy this victory. Let me know your thoughts about the game in the comment section. This is Marcus, and until next time, you've been Culture Shock.